Not Faye, which makes me wonder if she's important for the end game to some degree. Still not Sir Gilman. Pamitha is ready to go, but I feel like... I was going to say Tiso definitely, but he also has history with Orlek. And I also feel like he wouldn't help that much in the rebellion, whereas Pamitha has some skills, you know? But I do like this Valkyrie idea we've got going on. And Tizo's got charisma. We're going to go with Tizo.
Tizo.
Tizo seems stunned by your decision, though is grateful to you for it all the same.
Who shall stand with him?
Consider the chastity. We have Manly, who can charge up his speed. Avrek, who can restore the fire. Interesting. And Sir Tidemont, who can also restore the fire. I hate to play favorites, but Jodariel is very good. And her helping Tizo out makes sense. Understood. That's what turned him home. And... yeah, let's go with Sir Gilman.
Sir Gilman.
Such an honor it is for this knight to strive on behalf of the good Tizo. Now it begins. Do me this favor, if you please, and stand aside like a good sport there, I promise to reward you handsomely once I am free.
Commence.
Tizo is a very good player. I'm sad to give him up. Yo, the lyrics talk about the chastity. The verses are personalized to the match happening. That's so rad. That's so cool. Sorry. Oh ho, what's this now? It seems to me the scribes so enjoy our company, the entertainment we provide, that they have deigned to reignite our pyres. Observe. Something stirs in the sky. If the heavens are to rain and reignite your pyres, and the rite shall continue ere one pyre or the other is put out. Plus 50? Come on now. Luckily, we still have Tizo. Oh. Now we don't. Dang. Dude. Oh man, that talisman that reduces the stamina is so unfair. Dang, good run, good run. Luckily I have Tizo.
Now go.
Okay,
That ought to wake you up.
Jodariel, you gotta do defense a little bit better.
There. The imp did it.
I didn't realize we're losing. We're actually losing by a little bit.
As per the sacred law.
Not losing by quite as much anymore.
This is the path to glory.
Sure is.
How utterly brazen.
Alright, one more. Ah, but it can't be Tizo. Well, we could lose the match again. That's fine. Tizo's not a showy person, so it's fine that he doesn't get the last laugh. I've been trying to make it so whoever gets liberated gets the last killing blow, but that's fine.
Queens proved their worth.
Tizo pulled his weight enough that round, that match.
Thus ends the liberation rite. And thus the scribes have chosen. The exile appointed by the Nightwings shall be free.
As long as we can get through the lag and the game doesn't crash.
Return to glory in the Commonwealth. His adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
Once the animation loads. Yeah, it takes a second for the, what is it called, the live stream to get going, you know? There we go, there we go. It's working on it, give it a second. It'll get there. Why, this is an utter outrage! Have you any idea what you've done? You ingrates! Always noble in defeat, this manly Handerstauf. Gregory? Tizo is stunned by what transpired and by what he thinks is about to happen. He looks around as the reality of what transpired sinks in. Oh, he's always wearing his raiments. This is the first time we've seen him all naked. He realizes now this is goodbye, at least for the time. He struggles to express the gratitude he feels at having served the Nightwings these many years. He also does not know what to expect from the Commonwealth and whether he will be accepted. Once you find Hedwyn, you'll be alright, buddy. Nevertheless, he vows that he will keep doing his part to the benefit of Wolfred's plan. With that, he splashes into the shimmer pool and is gone from view. You hear him chirping one last time. Tizo wishes for the best for each of you and asks that you remember him. Of course, buddy. Tizo earned his freedom. May he return in glory.
Godspeed, Tizo.
Returns to glory.
The scribes are ever merciful. By their grace, the cycle of the rites may yet continue for a while.
He was a power player, though. I'm starting to wonder if I should have gone with Pamitha. Pamitha's really good, too. Yeah, alright, we get a level up from Sir Gilman. This night wonders at times about why we are here, and which forces have transpired to bring us here together. Has Under King Oras himself taken an interest in this noble quest? Alright. For 10 seconds after banishing an adversary, Sir Gilman deals an additional 10 damage to the Pyre. That's pretty nice. Now these seas shall sing the tales of Oras, the Under King having felled unfathomed planets. Once per round when saluting, he freezes all exiles. Yeah, we're gonna go with that one. We don't kill many people with Gilman, but still. Cool.
Until the turning of the stars, farewell.
Alright, I'm going to remember to go through the little conclusion cutscene at the end of this segment. Unless the game crashes, in which case that'll be it for the night. You prevailed in the liberation against the Chastity. Already does the Black Wagon feel quieter than usual without Tizo, who returned to the Commonwealth. You overhear some of your companions reflecting on this. There was more I meant to say to him while he was still among us. Surely the good Tizo would rather that we celebrate than grieve. You wonder who, if anyone among you, shall be the next to go. Then Volfred asked the group to gather. You sense you know the news he's about to share. Everyone, I must apologize to bring such news at this late hour, but I felt that you all would wish to know as soon as possible. The context of our plan has changed. He looks about at everyone before revealing to them what the stars have revealed to you both. The stars above are disappearing. They seem to just be fading away one by one, for reasons that the scribes alone may know for certain, though we all may harbor our suspicions. See for yourself if you have any doubt that this is so. A hush falls over your companions, all exhausted from the rite and now stunned into silence. If this phenomenon continues unabated, and we have every reason to believe it shall, then the rites shall cease when the stars no longer shine. Permanently cease, that is. Your companions exchange glances. You sense negative emotions rising. Confusion. Fear. Before, I gave you the impression that should the Nightwings not prevail in the Liberation Rite, there would be other chances. This remains so, however. Our chances now are numbered. The exact number I have yet to ascertain, but to be quite frank, there are more of us than we have chances left. You sense your fellow exiles are beginning to realize what this means. I know this must be difficult to hear, but it is not to be a cause for panic. Our plan remains essentially unchanged. We shall take which opportunities arise and return as many as we can. I urge you all to take whatever time you need to think this through. At dawn we shall head south again to Moonlight Alcove. We can discuss this further then. Now please get some rest. Our path grows harder, though not insurmountable, not while we stand together. We can still prevail. The group disperses. Some whisper in hushed tones, others turn to their quarters, speechless. There will be time later to better understand this omen. Yeah, I bet people have something to say. Oh, it's Faye, who probably has the least opinion on this. Time Singer Harn. The tempest ravaging the downside are the handiwork of the Time Singer Harn, known as the Sky Titan. The furious elements, they are his troubled dreams manifested in this troubled land. We, the Eight, we sought to cure him of his ailment, for his unrelenting and unpleasant dreams had long become our treacherous reality. One night we drew him toward the Rite of Flame, a stratagem of Solium Mur's design. There he was stricken by the stars and days, and overcome by their eternal shining glory. The Sky Titan thus bonded with the sky. The tempests which remain, they are but lasting traces of his waking dream. We also have the Chastity. Those bearing the name the Chastity all count themselves disciples of Luz Chlorian, the Hundred Minds, known firstly for his wisdom, but also cherished for his modesty, integrity, and kinship. Yeah, modesty, really. That's manly to a T. Chlorian's priority in forming his triumvirate was to instill in all his subjects a deep-seated deference and respect for the rules governing the liberation cycle. The cycle of the rites needs to be respected to be understood, and needs to be understood to be respected, Chlorian said. Thus the Chastity are emissaries of the cycle. Should they earn back their liberty, then they shall spread enlightenment itself, and all of us shall grow. On kinship. Each one of us within the Eight, besides the Impound, we would have perished on the downside had we not found each other, and together formed our union. Here in the downside all are bound, but that which binds us here does have some latitude. We chose the bond of friendship. Our exile took precedence over our differences. The empire, which had subjugated all our kind into a tense alliance, shall give way to a society in which our differences are paramount. There may you embrace your ancient cultures whilst jointly forming a great culture all its own. Next to mercy, it is kinship that shall form the bedrock of our commonwealth. In spite of the late hour, you find Faye minding her own business in the wagon and talking to herself, or rather to the wagon walls. But most of all, I think I'm going to miss his little chirping sounds. He woke me up with them sometimes. He kept waking me up. He sure was a good friend to both of us, right, little brother? Why, you knew him even better than I did. Much better, I should think. So, you must really miss him too. She spreads her arms against the wall. I understand. I do. Those drive imps up there, they seem very sad about this too. Or maybe some are happy? I don't know. More food for them to share, and they liked food. Tizo sure liked food. I wonder if he'll like food at home. It's very different, right? And so, maybe he won't? But he eats almost anything. Oh, this must be so exciting for him. And I know the scribes, they shall be watching over him still. I think maybe they love him best of all? I cannot wait to hear what he thinks of it all. I think for sure that he will help with Master Sandalwood's big plan. That's the great thing about Tizo, little brother. No matter where he goes, he always helps. He always helps. She bounds off without acknowledging your presence in the slightest. You sense that she has found some peace, despite now being separated from her little friend Tizo. You hope by now that he has found safe passage in the Commonwealth. The fact that everyone's so sad about Tizo leaving is making me nervous that it was not a good move. Top of the plush fish, now enshrined by the other Shrivings. Aw. Alright, let's finish this chapter off real quick, huh? Good morning, everyone. We are at the mercy of the stars, and none can say how soon they'll shine for us again. Let us recover for a while at Moonlight Alcove and decide how to proceed. That is the plan. No one to talk to, so let's bide our time. Best make yourselves as comfortable as possible here for the time, Nightwings. The rites ought to commence again before we know it. Until then, be well. Thus, you and your companions remain on the mountaintop, waiting for the stars to shine again. The cycle of the rites is ending. The news that Volfred and the lone minstrel revealed to you now threatens to disrupt the group's resolve. Who most deserves their freedom? Can there be any hope for your revolutionary plan to change the Commonwealth if too few exiles manage to return? These questions hang like a fog over you and your companions as you linger there in Mount Elodiel. For now, the exiles of the Nightwings vow to stick together, for as many opportunities as they shall have. Many moons pass. One cold evening, Volfred finds you off on your own. Well, my girl, it's time once more. Come see. Volfred indicates the sky, and through the snow you see that he is right. Soon all of your companions are gathered. Volfred regards the group in his steady manner. As you all know, I have refrained from participating in the rites myself. This was a long-held choice of mine for a variety of reasons. Chief among those reasons is so that I might direct our plan free from unwanted attention, both from our adversaries here and those who would oppose us in the Commonwealth. Another reason is, my past experience conducting the rites, it did not end on good terms. Before my time, the Nightwings comprised 3 exiles, Brighton, Arisa, and Oralek. Little Tizo was with them as well, still learning in their ways. Cool. After Brighton regained his freedom in the liberation rites, the Nightwings took me in. A story for another time, but for one thing, I had capacity to read the ancient book. Anyway, when next we learned our way into the liberation rite, Oralek was anointed for return. He had long been in exile, and his horns were beginning to show. We prevailed. Little Tizo snuffed the accusers' pyre. Effing accusers, I bet. Thus, Oralek earned his freedom. However, just as the Shimmer Pool was to engulf him, Arisa, she shoved him from the precipice and took her freedom in his stead. She perished, of course. Only the anointed can transcend the Shimmer Pool, but she thought the warnings were a myth and paid the price. She was always restless. I presumed Oralek perished too. To survive a fall from Mount Elodiel, I was left alone. Subsequently, I made no attempts to reassemble the Nightwings, knowing that such treachery, such harm was even possible as part of this ordeal. I, frankly, still do not hold Arisa entirely at fault for what transpired. I hold instead the Commonwealth responsible, for it put us in this desperate situation. The system! Blame it on the system! And I resist the urge to think the rights may partly be to blame as well for pitting brother against brother, sister against sister. Wolfert breathes a deep sigh. Now I see that Orlek yet lives, at a time when our plan is already in motion. And even the stars are fading. Perhaps a signal that the scribes themselves know that the Nightwings are divided, and that they do not approve. But I choose to take it as a sign that we must act. The scribes have put us in a set of circumstances where each one of us may rise to the occasion. The Nightwings in our plan need all the help that they can get. And so I've made a decision which I wish to announce here to you all. You gonna partake? In the name of the Nightwings, and reader by your leave, I would conduct the rites again. Long have my skills languished in the matter, I admit, although I trust I shall regain them soon enough. While I once vowed never to conduct the rites again, our present situation calls for all our resources to be brought to bear. So, if I may be of use during the rites to come, I shall avail myself. That's all. Now then, our reader shall determine where we are headed come first light. Wolfert bows his head to everyone while the others exchange looks, then, one by one, salute him in turn. Wolfert stands ready to conduct the rites again, welcome him back to the ranks. That's cool. I was wondering if that was going to happen. Gather the band. Okay, that has to be everybody. If I'm getting the achievement for it, that's got to be the last one. Once more do several stars shine bright in the night sky, revealing several paths for you to pursue towards salvation. Okay, we got Tempers, who we still haven't actually fought twice. The Fate and the Withdrawn. Okay, I feel like Tempers are the obvious ones. Let's check our planner. Tempers are also not going to be back at the rites, the Liberation rites anytime soon, so might as well. We have 2 rites till next Liberation. Liberation rights remaining question mark. Done 16 total. Liberated 3 exiles. Our probability is only at 56%. Oh yeah, Tizo was not a good pick. Because it's usually been jumping up by like almost 10. And that was only like 5. I think. I don't know. Celium the 5th, 12th moon, 8:37 AS. Reader, my girl, as I shall now conduct the rites with the others, I implore you, please, take over for me here. Scribes with you. Well, maybe if you had told me how much each person is going to help with your plan, I'd be better off, but okay. Yeah, we're going to go with the Tempers. Makes the most sense. Unless we fight Orlek again. What if every time we try to fight the Tempers, it's just Orlek? I sure hope not. I see it's time we met again with Ignarius and the Tempers. We can make for the glade of Lu at first light, my girl. Let us recover through the night. For now, it is too late to do much else. Alright, and then we have just a little bit of housekeeping to do. The Plan Maker. He's a long-standing exile of the Nightwings who seeks more than his own freedom. Sprout. He spawns a sapling in a nearby location which has its own aura. Shield. He channels a barrier that deflects adversaries casted auras back at them. And Blink. He vanishes underground, emerging further forward almost instantly. That's his shift. That's his... Oh, he doesn't jump. Okay. And he is already fully... Oh, wait, no. He just has massive, massive inspiration. My mistake. But... Okay. He is a sap. Tree-like creatures known for their ingenuity, cleverness, and ambition. He is a professor. He taught enough history to know that what he was forced to teach was not the whole truth. And his astral sign is Cassius. He is contemplative and passionate. His crime was publishing. He owned and operated a stamping press, used it to spread anti-Commonwealth propaganda. Records state he sought to undermine trust in Commonwealth doctrine and tradition. He has been here for 9 years. By day, he was an unassuming history professor. By night, he operated a small but illegal stamping press of his own design, which he used to disseminate provocative ideas concerning how a truly peaceful Commonwealth might look. When his underground press was at last discovered, it was publicly destroyed. Eventually, he too was found and cast down. The downside, he was taken in by the Nightwings, who sought someone with his experience. Since then, he hatched a long-term plan to recruit like-minded individuals who might stand together to usher in a new age for the Commonwealth. I think we only have one page. Afterward, a list of terms which you may wish to know. As an exile of the downside, as reader of this book, and as conductor of the rites, you are engaged now in a cycle which has lasted until the dawn of this age. Here within this book, this is part of the book, is offered a summary of all key figures, locales, terms, and astral phenomena you shall encounter, either firsthand or in passing on your path. To know the history of the downside and the rites is to prepare yourself to walk the path toward enlightenment and then to liberty itself. Should you be free again, remember, reveal not the rites themselves nor the existence of this book. Oh God, how many? Oh my. Okay, these look like glossary terms. I'm only going to read the ones that are not immediately clear. Adversary, aura, banishment, book, casting, enlightenment, expulsion. This right page appears not inspectable, but glory, hope, inspiration, liberation right, mastery, celestial orb, presence, pyre, yeah. Rights, raiments, flameproof masks, didn't know they were flameproof, rank, reader, right, stamina, sigil, talisman, triumvirate, quickness, and shimmer pool. Yeah, knew all those. Okay, Galgal Thani, known as the Master General and the Nomad Scribe, wields the legendary Tower Shield Oath Taker. Haub the Swallow, known as the Accursed of the Imp Scribe, he possesses the legendary Wings of Misfortune. Jumar Manymane, known as the Alpha Chief and the Curse Scribe, he wields the legendary Jawblade Kneebender. Lou Sclerian, known as 100 Minds and the Sap Scribe, he wields the legendary staff, the Genealogy of Sclerian. Of course the Tree Man has a thing called the Genealogy. Molten Milithae, known as the Wild Witch and the Crone Scribe, she wields the legendary Lantern, Flame of the First Hag. Solium Mur, known as the last of his name, and the Demon Scribe, he possesses the legendary Black Nails of the Fallen Emperor. Shresta Tithys, known as the Blessed Born and the Harp Scribe, she wields the Holy Scepter of the Saurian Empire. And Under King Orez, known as the Sea Sojourner and the Worm Scribe, he wears the legendary Bladed Male Silverfish. Triumvirates. Okay, we get most of these. We got the Accusers, founded on justice and loyalty. The Sigil's Shattered Scale. Okay, we get to see what the sigils are. Beyonders, eternally expelled, not a true triumvirate. Sigil Forked Star. Chastity, formed by the Sap, founded on integrity and modesty. The Bloom Flower. Dissidents, founded by the Swallow, founded on difference and conviction. Sigil is a leering maw. The Essence, founded by Tithys, founded on liberty and piety. Sigil Empress Tyr. The Fate, founded on faith and honor, an awakened eye. The Nightwings, triumvirate formed by all 8 scribes, adversary against whom all other triumvirates are judged. The Sigil is the cresting moon. Pyre Hearts, founded on courage and passion. Sigil is a burning heart. The Tempers, founded on strength and mercy. Sigil is the Black Nails. And the Withdrawn, founded on truth and knowledge. The Sigil is the Farmount. Citizens of Sar. Okay, all the species. Curs, dog-like creatures known for loyalty, optimism, and appreciation. Crones, heavy-set serpentine creatures known for bluntness, stubbornness, and penchant for mysticism. Demons, those who have stood exile on the downside long enough to be transformed by it. Empire of Sar, our nation, which thrived for an entire age, now is on the brink of ruin as we remain imprisoned here. Harps, winged creatures from whom common folk perhaps descended. High Wing, a militant faction of harps that resist the Empire's generosity. Imps, ravenous creatures indigenous to the downside, some possess a higher intellect. Nomads, common folk who venture to the downside from the Empire. Saps, clever tree-like creatures known for their ingenuity and ambition. Sea Dominion, the vast, war-torn undersea nation of the Underking. Sisters of the Arch, killers trained from birth to carry out their missions. Worms, intelligent amphibians of the Sea Dominion known for their chivalry and determination. So this is basically, if you haven't picked up on any of the context clues, here it is spelling it all out. These are the regions. I feel like we've definitely gotten those covered pretty well. Yeah, none of that is new information, so I'm not even going to read it. Also, we don't even know who's writing this, so I don't even feel bad about not reading it. These are all the different sites. Yeah, we've read most of these already as well. Like, if there's any new details, that's what I want to find. But yeah, most of these we already know 100%. Greater Titans. Oh, see, these don't even have any descriptions. It just says the name that we already know, the title that we already know, like Serpent Titan, World Titan, and then it says who slayed them. I will say there's more Titans here than I thought. Ooh, one of the Titans was slain by the traitor Kaelmer Rope Collar. That is interesting. But yeah, we know the rest of that already. Golden Stars. Yeah, we've read all of these as well. Star of the Songfisher, the Star of the Sandrunner, Star of the Moonstag Hunter, Seventh Jester, Silver Spear, Black Saddle, First Empress, Wooded Watcher, Whistling Prince, Old Cutter, Great Oarsman, and Broken Boyer. And that's the end of it. Okay, we have read the afterword. And with that in mind, we're going to go outside so that the game saves again. Give that to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we're good. That's what we're going to call it for tonight. Good night, everybody. I really like this game.